Finn, if you look to your right, you'll notice that Guy's not here today.
Oh my God.
I went down to the podcast retirement village. Wanted someone with a lot of experience, knows their stuff. Unfortunately, Joycey wasn't available. So, Marshy, how we doing?
Here we go. How quickly we forget. You peep lads and listeners and viewers, how we doing?
Yeah. I mean, all right.
I think, Finn, you're doing better than us because you just told me about 5 minutes ago you didn't even watch the game.
Yeah, look, I've got a confession. The only part of this game I saw was the last 2 minutes, and that was sitting in the hallway of Uni of Melb, just silently screaming at my phone.
Was that on how they do the last 2 minutes on the AFL website, or you tuned in?
I tuned in. So I was stuck at an intensive course on Sunday, which was rough, but that's how the Sharon bounces sometimes. And I was watching, I couldn't take the piss. So I couldn't put KO up in the corner or anything because we were in like a practical. So, I didn't want to be that guy. But I did have the AFL site open and I had just like literally the score worm going and like the most recent goal kickers and everything. And I was watching it like I watched like a football manager game, just like literally like a spreadsheet. And I got to the last 3 minutes or whatever and we were down by like 2 points or something. And I was like, all right, I gotta get out of here. I excused myself. Yeah. Just sat in the hallway, just watched the last bit.
That's grim. That must have been like the most sluggish worm as well.
Oh, it was brutal. That
second
third quarter was ridiculous. And then I just decided like, maybe I'll be better off just not watching the replay. Maybe I'll have a better afternoon if I just forget that happened. Just go home.
Oh, yeah. I wish I was doing some study instead of potentially being at that game. That was tough. That was a tough pill to swallow, but yeah, as you say, that's the way the Sharon bounces sometimes. Nathan made his debut in the aisle 29.
I did.
Oh, yeah? How'd you go?
I didn't know a lot of the words, but I still stood up and I pretended like I knew what I was doing.
Good man.
Well done.
Yeah. Kind of like a lot of the Saints players out there on Sunday.
What was your favourite moment in being in the aisle?
I mean, probably like I really enjoyed the St Kilda. I didn't know that was a chant.
Yeah.
And that's now my new favourite. It's actually been stuck in my head for the last 24 hours, I reckon.
Bit of slice of heaven. Yeah. It goes all right, huh?
Yeah.
Who's that for?
Just in general vibes, just to, get the boys up and about, give them a bit of the Dave Dobbin slice of heaven. So
very good.
Yeah, usually gets a bit of participation around the aisle. So that's nice.
Nice. Yeah. Well, someone needed to bring the vibes.
Yeah, that's it.
I think I love that chant so much. It's just because of 25 years I've been on this planet. I'm so sick of the St Kilda, clap, clap, clap. That chant is just like, I'm glad we got something fresh and new and, I'm really hoping that catches on and, all 18,000 of us at the game.
Yeah, watching the Euros really makes me realize how unimaginative AFL fans are. We have one chant and it's just our team's name over and over.
That's right, yeah.
Like the aisle is doing good work.
That's it. That's what we were born out of was, just the recognition of the AFL fans as a whole. The landscape just needs to do a bit better. In the pinnacle of a chant, and Collingwood fans will say it's theirs. I'm like, you are literally saying your name slowly. There's nothing clever about that. If anything, it's the opposite. It's quite dumb.
Yeah, you're dumbing it down.
Really dumbing it down. Just to keep it, so those that can keep up, that's what they're saying. Okay, I've got it. Yeah.
Hey, that's good for them.
Yeah.
So where do we begin? You didn't watch it, Finn. Marshy, where do we start? 2 point loss.
2 point loss.
Another disastrous close loss to those bastards in the teal.
It felt like we got flogged, but we lost by 2 points. Dead set.
I turned to my mate at about 3/4 time and I was like, I don't think we're going to come back in this. And he turns to me and goes, we're a goal down.
Yeah, that's it. It kind of felt like stages in that quarter where, how BT on the Melbourne game, I don't know if you watched it on Friday night, Melbourne, was it Brizzy?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Melbourne are up by a goal. There's 5 minutes to go. And BT's like, you can just tell that Melbourne are going to hang on here. Like, in what world? There's 5 minutes to go. So it kind of felt like that for us, but the other way around kind of thing. It was just like, we're no chance. And we're down by a point. There's 10 minutes to go.
It's over. Pack it up.
Yeah, that's it. Let's just ice out, get ready for Sydney next week. But I don't know. It was a weird game. I liked Ollie's work at the MC duties. That's one thing that you know how when the MCs announce the players as they're running out. Ollie does a very good job at hyping them up because previously we had people who couldn't even pronounce our players' names.
Yep.
It was a debacle, and I'm pretty sure one of them called him Steely, Jack Steely.
Talking like a true fan.
Yeah, that's it. So Ollie, he did a good hype job of the shoe and the Mason Wood. So I like that. So the pre-game entertainment got me hyped, and
shame about the rest of it.
yeah, that's right. Everything bar, like, it's good company. But Marshall is a king. Maxi. Oh.
Should we start with it? Because I think that's the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Is all the Max discourse.
I liked his moves when he went in the ruck. He got involved in the game. I thought because he still finished up with 10 touches or so, which is more than one of our primary midfielders, mind you. Daddy. Can we talk about Daddy?
I think he's back to Paddy this week.
Yeah, he's been demoted.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, so I don't know. I felt like Maxi copped a bit of heat, as he always does. And I think it was a problem. It was more of a system thing. I don't know. I don't like the beating up on Maxi. He did a few sexy things. But I don't know. What do you guys reckon?
I struggled.
Yeah.
This is the first match I think I struggled to be fully behind because it was mainly his body language when the ball was up the other end. He just wasn't on his feet and he was kind of slouching a bit. And I just don't like to see that. Because, as a fan, how can I see that and, then get excited about, the ball's going to get down there. But if he's slouching and he's just a bit lackadaisical. Like, from about 3 possessions that he's just not going to get to it.
Do you reckon? I reckon we need to do some taping. We need to do the tape where, how you see him on the socials and that for people who have poor posture, like they slouch.
Like me right now.
No, yours is pretty good. You're maintaining a pretty good, a good 75 there. But no, so it gets like the shoulders back and straight. So I reckon we just need to tape Maxi's chest region. So he's just shoulders back and automatically it'd look like a big dog. He just needs to start strutting. Yeah, he needs to start strutting. He's royalty. He needs to start acting like it.
Well, did you see what Cal Twomey tweeted today? We're about to offer him the longest contract in AFL history or something like that.
He's a lifer.
He's going to be so all this talk that, Kane Corns and Tom Morris on the radio today saying to ship him off to the highest bidder, get stuffed.
Yeah.
Seriously.
He's ours.
Yeah, that's it.
He's... What annoys me is this whole, let's trade him for a picks and we'll get midfielders in. That's all great and well until they don't have a key forward to kick to.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, the thing with the trading for picks argument is you're trading a known quantity for an unknown quantity, and how often does that work out?
We
it's just crazy.
Suck at Moneyball. We tried it.
Yeah.
We tried it. We got rid of McAvoy, which and we've done it with a few other players like the Goddards and all of that. And we can't do Moneyball. And the movie Moneyball, it didn't even work for them.
Yeah.
That's what annoys me about that term. Is they act like it's a success story. It's not. Brad Pitt failed.
Yeah, he really did.
They lost.
So no, I don't know. Yeah, you keep the good ones, and I didn't like the scuttlebutt about Marshall.
Oh, the rumors.
Oh,
yeah.
Tom Morris. I hate Tom Morris.
Yeah.
How is he back on TVs?
He has the nerve to be here.
He has the nerve. And did you see in Ross's presser last week, on Friday, he called out, he pointed out Tom Morris.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it. I wanted it. And that's when you want to start seeing the reverse angles of the press. So I just want to see someone just there with a camera filming these journos, so that when because Ross likes to get a bit cheeky and have a bit of, someone's dominating all the questions, he'll pull them up, and he was and he really backs when there's a chick reporter doing it, he really, wants them to, stop getting speckies taken all over him by the lads.
Yeah. So
he'll pull them up. But yeah, I would love to see Morris I reckon he would have just had the shit-eating grin.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ross. What are you even here? You're not even asking questions.
Yeah.
And you're not getting any journalistic juice from it. You can just watch the press like the rest of us.
He's there for the drama. He just wants to see the fallout.
He really is. So I'm glad Ross brought a bit of heat to him.
I reckon you could tell with Ross in that presser that like, because you're right, he plays with people all the time, but there was like a little bit more in that one. He was not happy.
Yeah.
And it was great
not
to
cuddly
see.
at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was thorny.
Because I think the catalyst why Ross was so pissed at him was because you can have the pre-rumors and whatnot, like, oh, Ron's a bit unhappy, yada yada. Then it came out, I think it was Jay Clark did an article and it was basically like, it's bullcrap.
Yeah.
Like Rowan was confused. And then it was literally the next morning, Kane and Tom were on SEN.
Yeah.
After it was basically like put to bed and was still banging on about
Double
it.
down.
And they're still doing it. They did it yesterday as well. Or this morning, sorry.
Yeah, and he's like, just pumping up. Where did they go? Americano Grill for dinner last week, him and Rossi, and had their little meeting, and they're all good. And he's like, but take my word for it, clubs are still going to ask a question. He's a good player.
Yeah.
You know, you feel it would be like, not copping a Valentine's Day card back in primary school, even though, you're going out with somebody. You still want as many Valentine's cards,
That's right.
So
it's just an ego boost.
it's
right?
an ego
nice.
boost. Yeah. So if Marshall wasn't getting those phone calls, I'd be a bit disappointed for it.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it, I think.
Did you see Rowan's celebrations after each goal? That man ain't leaving.
Nah,
Like, get stuffed.
He loves it. He bleeds red, white, and black.
he does.
Next thing is he's all he needs to do is just do the Joshy Bruce jumper pull, and that's gonna. He's also going to be a Saint for life.
He dead set. I was a bit flat in that third quarter when he missed it, like right in front of the eye.
Oh,
That would have been a jumper pull.
Yeah.
If he had got the fourth, that jumper would have been coming off lickety split, I think.
so rolling forward, tick. Caminiti back, big
Love
tick.
it. Love that.
I did hear good things about that. I can't say I've seen good things, but I heard good things about Caminiti back.
He really warmed into the contest and just took some when Port were coming pretty hard, especially in that last quarter. And Hammer stood tall, took some really good grabs, and he doesn't look too out of place. And pre-game we had Dougal having a chat to Cat and that, and that was funny. But I did the interview with him in the upstairs fancy room, and on the way was sort of like having a chat, and he was talking about Hammer, and he's just like, nah, I'm really, really impressed with how he's going. He's like, he needs to work on, or just get a bit more experience of that defensive craft. But in terms of his natural attributes, he reckons he's going to be, one to watch for us, and he reckons he's staying down back, which I don't mind.
That's really exciting. I really like that.
I think he's just like a footballer's footballer.
Yeah.
Like, you can kind of just plug him anywhere and he's going to do a job.
Yeah.
But it's a big tick for me.
And
big minus is our midfield. They got pantsed.
They did.
They got embarrassed.
They did.
Steele was okay. He got 25 disposals.
He was good.
Can't kick from 50 metres out, but by the by.
I mean, fair enough.
Spoke about Dow already.
Snags can't kick 20 out. 25.
Oh, the snap.
That snap.
Why is it?
That was ludicrous.
We have to ban snaps against Port because Pooh last year and then Higgins this year. Banning them.
Snaps banned.
Yeah, just take your time, take the kick. Don't be silly with it.
100%. Yeah.
So Windy, 9 disposals. He was tagged. He kept chopping and changing, I think. I think at one point I saw him on Butters and I kept saying him Rosie. Then it was on the Horn Francis and I'm like, you just go give him one. Give him a target.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think because they kept on going into the forward line, so he wouldn't follow them. It'll just be like whoever next one tags in, Windy will go to him. But he did all right. But it's a tough gig when you're not getting much support aside from Steele. I don't think much. Paddy Dow didn't really. Didn't do.
Yeah.
Oh, it was sad.
Well, that's pretty much all the notes I had. Anything else?
Not
you, Finn. I don't know why I keep looking at you. But Finn, what's your opinion on what happened in the fourth quarter?
Look,
the last 2 minutes.
The last 2 minutes summary.
Pretty heartbreaking, to be honest. I hated every second of it. All 120 seconds sucked.
Yeah.
Look, we're not here for the football analysis. That's red, white, and black chat. We're here for kick-ons.
Yeah.
So
we're here for the kick-ons.
100%. Is it true that because it was such a lackluster kind of a game, to be honest, that, like I was saying, how they do the last 2 minutes of close games?
Yeah.
I don't think we got one. I don't reckon the AFL's like, nah, we're not putting together that little 2 minute montage.
Yeah.
Not worth it.
Well, like 40 seconds of it was whoever that Port guy was, I can't even remember, who had the shot on goal and then missed. And it felt like
Georgiades.
a fitting end.
Yeah.
Which that call was crap.
That sucked.
Still got blatantly in the back. And
I threw my hat.
I think I saw you do that.
I threw my hat. I
Yeah.
don't throw it often, but yeah.
I don't like blaming
right.
umpires for losses. We didn't lose because of the umpires, but I am a bit confused about what's holding the ball.
Oh, I don't get it.
The battle one on the wing, I've started to go grey just because of that decision. There was a part where I think Battle, it must have been like touched off the boot or something. It was play on straight away. Battle just gets the ball on the wing and gets tackled, and then umpire calls holding the ball.
Yeah, look, they really need to tighten something up there. Like, I don't know if you guys watched the Essendon game. There were like plenty of shockers in that.
Oh yeah, I saw the highlight reel of those decisions and like footy. It's people get around footy to not think.
Yeah,
and for someone who is easily confused, I don't want to be confabulated by these umpires.
Yeah,
these decisions where I'm watching it, I'm like, what? Yeah, what's going on out there? The commentators don't know.
No,
not that BT really does and his brethren, but no one knows what's going on. The umpires don't.
Yeah, well, like it's you kind of up to a point can't blame them as well because it's just like they're changing rules every year. They're changing rules every week.
Definitely,
it's impossible to umpire to a consistent standard, and
100%.
that's the main complaint I think that people have. Is it's not like how the rules are interpreted; it's how the interpretation changes within a 10-minute period.
Mm-hmm.
And it is incredibly frustrating. It really it takes you out of game, like especially as a neutral if you're tuning in to watch something.
Yeah.
If I'm starting to feel bad for Essendon, I'm not interested in that. That's a real bummer for me.
That's it. Yeah, that's really not what you want.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Bit crap. Like, I don't go get to the weekend and be like, oh, let's watch some footy. I'm not just like, oh, if I'm not doing anything, I'll chuck it on in the background.
Yeah.
Like I'm not as passionate as I was last year.
Yeah.
And of course, Saints not being a top 8 team has a little bit to do with that. But he's just at the moment, it's a bit shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the state of football is
state of the game. I love this.
State of the game. Mate, you pulled me out of the retirement home and I'm just back in my day, we're not getting
Old man
these.
yells at cloud.
100%. And what I want to know is when is AI taking over? They're taking over everything else. They're putting everyone else out of jobs. Why can't they take umpires out of it and just be done with it? Just maybe just have an umpire there just to throw the ball up and that's it. And then you just get they got the hair pieces. And Siri's just watching the game going, nah, that's not it.
Bring in VAU.
Yeah, that's it.
I reckon Gil was AI.
Oh, yeah. That guy is a lizard person.
Yeah, because he was like a lizard and a robot at the same time.
Yeah.
That is yeah. But anyway, I feel like I've got a weight off my chest now.
Yeah.
That's good.
Nasai was good.
Nasai was very
good.
Yeah.
Wilkie, King.
Yeah.
He was the man, Wilkie was, in his 124th.
Yeah, big congrats on the record.
I'm so glad it's him because it kind of felt like no shade to Newsy, no shade whatsoever, but you are no Callum Wilkie. And it was kind of like when Richo got overtaken by Ross as the most games coach of St Kilda. I really hated seeing Richo being like the Don of Saints Footy. So I'm glad that I feel like we've, turned a new leaf in a few aspects.
Things are coming right in the world.
That's it.
Well, we're at about the halfway point of the year-ish, give or take. Everyone's had at least one bye. Some have had two.
You can actually look at the ladder and it makes sense to draw analysis from it now because everyone's played the same amount of games.
Yeah.
I was saving this for Guy, but he's off doing whoop whoop in whoop whoop.
Yeah.
Let's get some final year predictions. So, what's going to happen for the rest of the year? All right. What do you reckon? I want who's going to play in the grand final and who's going to win?
Oof.
Well, do you want my real answer?
Real answers, no joke answers.
Okay. Well, I mean,
we're a serious podcast.
It has to be Sydney and Carlton, right?
I have a hot take on that.
Okay. Well, yeah. Go for your hot take because
Sydney aren't going to make the grand final.
What?
You reckon they've hit form at the?
I reckon because this happens most years where a team starts off on fire, everyone's cuddling them and everyone's loving on them. And then they get one or two injuries. Maybe Papley gets suspended.
Yeah.
And they hit a wall and they come crashing down to earth. So I don't think Sydney are going to be there.
That's who?
In fact, straight sets. I'm calling it now.
Straight sets. Who's going to be there instead?
It's going to be Carlton. Prepare yourselves. And I have a bit of a smoky.
Who?
Fremantle.
Freo.
Okay.
Jeez, that's a hot take.
They have a pretty easy run home, Freo.
Yeah.
Like a semi, like I think they're going to finish top 4 at this point.
Mhm.
I suppose rolling Sydney was good
Yeah.
on their deck too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I reckon it's going to be Carlton and Fremantle. And unfortunately, I think Carlton's going to win the grand final. But
I mean, that would be fun at least, seeing Freo in there, having a crack.
yeah.
Not the Carlton winning part, but
Turn off at 3/4 time because
Oh dear. I just don't want Carlton. So I don't reckon Carlton will do it. I reckon they'll be. I reckon their heads will get too big. I just feel like they're skating through. They've got a few easy games, but I don't know. Like the teams, I just don't like Carlton. So I'm going to say Sydney and Brisbane's going to win the granny.
Brisbane, who were bottom 4 about 4 weeks ago.
yeah, I mean, that's fine by me. That
Yeah.
works for me.
Like they're coming in with a wet sail, I reckon. And Brizzy, they play. Yeah, they're a good team.
Yeah.
I like them. They're good boys.
A State of Origin grand final would actually be really cool.
Oh,
Oh yeah, true.
they have to wear the maroon and the
yeah.
and the light blue.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Think of the money, Laura Kane. Think of the money.
Sydney could just get sponsored by the blue M&Ms just for the granny. Get it done.
Brisbane has you sponsored by Maroon 5.
Well, they're already maroon. Pretty much.
Oh, I mean, yeah,
Brisbane.
that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say Sydney's blue in any capacity, but we could make it happen.
Isn't that so? Am I right in saying Fitzroy? No, they were red and blue.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yep. Carry on as you were.
What's going to be a spicy finish this year, I reckon, is going to be the Brownlow. There's about 4 contenders.
Mm.
Who do we reckon taking home the Charles?
Has to be Dacos. Just like, did the umpires love him as much as the commentators and?
If anything's
Collingwood
last
fans?
year to go by, yeah.
Yeah, I reckon the umpires drink the Kool-Aid a bit.
Oh yeah. So he's winning it.
Yeah. I think it's going to be Dacos.
Bont's pretty turbo, but
I think the poor start to the year is going to hurt him.
It's so sad. Bont deserves a Brownlow. Like,
who's winning the Saints Brownlow? Who's getting the most votes?
Well, yeah, that was the next question was like,
Okay.
who's winning the BNF?
yeah.
oh, it's got to be Marshall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably Roro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been elite. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't,
I'd go Rowe.
I can't think of too many weeks where guys are taking votes off him.
Maybe Nasiah. He's had a really consistent year.
That's true.
But yeah, Rose just, he's been a legend. He's carried a lot.
Yeah. The rising star. Does Wilson do it?
Has to be Darcy.
Yeah.
Go on, Das.
I mean,
Bring it
yeah,
home.
Give us
He's had a
something.
pretty quiet couple of weeks, but
Yeah.
he's coming back. It's all right.
Yeah, he's looking a bit pooped. He looked a bit pooped yesterday. But yeah, he gets it done.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, stuff this Ollie Dempsey, who's a Tom Stewart mini man. And
Mate, why do they get so many players that look the same?
They actually do.
That's part of their recruiting profile. They get headshots, I reckon. I reckon they get headshots, the managers, and they go, "Oh yeah, he's got a bit of Tom Stewart about him." Yeah,
Yeah. Come on down, mate.
because it's either they look like Tom Stewart or they look like nobody, like the most completely unremarkable looking. They don't look like footballers. Zach Tui, because he's got distinguished features and tats and all that.
Yeah.
The rest of them, they just look like they've just taken off their shirt and tie and put on a jersey.
Yeah, they look
You
like FIFA creator players.
yeah.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Last one was one out there prediction for us of the year. Can be Saints related, doesn't have to be.
I think we're going to see a Brisbane Gold Coast elimination final.
Oh,
A pineapple
a Q
grapple.
clash.
Elimination final. I think that would be epic.
That would be epic.
And
We could almost have derbies all round. Neil, or not? Can Adelaide still make it?
or it would be pretty all-timer from here, I reckon.
Yeah, true. You could get a bit of Sydney and GWS. I reckon. Have they played each other in a final yet?
I reckon they have. I have a feeling there was one, I reckon.
Okay. Yeah. So, but yeah, Gold Coast Brizzy, because Gold Coast are good if they're at home.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? It's, as Dwayne said, it's Jekyll and Hyde.
Dwayne.
I love Dwayne. He's good value.
He is. Hypes.
I've really done a 180 on him. I used to really not like the Dwayneisms and the puns he brings, but he does a lot for Twilight matches on Sunday Arvo. I think he brings the hype.
He does. He does bring the hype, and he's not too. Because I feel like that's the difference between Dwayno and the other ones is that Dwayno actually has a talk show.
Yes.
So he doesn't need to commentate a game as if he's on radio because he's doing that all week. He goes to footy to escape. So he actually calls the game.
Yeah.
Whereas, BT, or everyone else is just like, I keep going on about BT because I signed a petition to get him off. There's one doing the rounds.
Yeah, I saw that.
Came up on news.com.au. Like, sick. I didn't know that, but yeah, you can get off my tally. But yeah, Dwayno, he's a good fella. I like him. And you've got a bit of Dwayno in your voice. Like,
I'll
sound
take
a bit
that, I
Dwayno.
think.
Can you say shake and bake? Or like, well, it shakes it, bakes it.
Dribbles it, rolls it, gulls it. Oh, baby, that's got cream dripping off it.
Can you give us the you call, you get on?
What the?
Just say you call, you get on. Like that's what he does on SEN during the weeks.
Oh, you call, you get on. Is that?
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
That's a midday madness guarantee. You call, you get on. That's a midday madness.
You call, you get on. Yeah.
Love it. So we've got Ross, who usually sits here. Now we've got Dwayne. What have you got, Nathan? Who do you do an impression of?
I'm just me. Don't need to recreate anything. Anyone. I'm perfect the way I am.
Original and the best.
Yep. And on that note, I think it's time for a break.
Love it.
Well, as we said at the start, Guy isn't here, so I thought it'd be a good time to rip one of his ideas that he brought to the show. And a few weeks ago, we came up with some saintly movies. And figured that was good. What do we had? We had The Truman Show. We had Meet the Robinsons.
Yeah, that's right.
Meet the Robinsons, that's right. I really want to watch it after listening to Break It Down. But yeah, it was good.
Yeah, so we had a few good ones. Figured, let's do it again.
Yeah, let's run it back.
Let's run it back. I'll go first. Mine is the probably my favorite feel-good movie, School of Rock. I feel like it was always on at like 8 p.m. on like a random Wednesday, and you'd always just watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, on like Channel 10.
It's like comfort viewing.
Yeah. Yeah, so mine is, well, you got to think of like a father figure in the club, and it's always going to be Mason, isn't it?
Always.
So
Standard.
Mason Wood lies and becomes a substitute coach for the Saints to teach the baby Saints how to play footy, but most importantly, to teach the kids how to be good boys. So it all leads, obviously, in School of Rock, it leads to like a big concert.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not going to do a concert because, this is football we're talking about. So it's going to end up with doing loose handball on the Sunday footy show. So it's going to be like Nazire trying to beat whoever, we'll say, let's go Nick Dacos in the handball challenge. That's my movie.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That'd be a good watch.
Yeah. All right, Finn, do you want to go?
Yeah, okay. So it's a Korean movie that came out earlier this year, Past Lives. Have you seen it?
I have seen it.
Beautiful movie. It's a very beautiful movie.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's actually Korean Canadian.
Okay,
just thought I'd be a
Korean
little bit of a
Canadian.
film snob there.
Yeah. Good on you, mate. Being really, specific here on this football podcast.
Thank you.
So I don't want to spoil the premise because it's a very beautiful movie. So if you haven't seen it, and to the listeners as well, if you haven't seen it, I implore you to watch it. You want to shed a few tears and get caught in your feels for a week. But basically, all I'll say about it is that it's the story of two apparent soulmates across like a 25-year period. And like the kind of will they, won't they aspect of that. But it's kind of beautifully put together.
There's a bit of sliding doors action.
Yeah, there is. But there's a really important premise that's part of it, which is called Inyan. And it's the belief that the interactions between two people in this life are owed to interactions from their past lives. So the concept suggests that some encounters are not accidental, but rather like a cosmic tug on our sleeve. And so there's this idea that there's an inyan between two strangers if they even walk past each other on the street, even if they never meet like ever again in their life. And if two people get married, they say it's because there have been 8,000 layers of inyan over 8,000 lifetimes.
Okay.
So a really beautiful spiritual concept that I'm going to crudely apply to a football team. I want to see a movie where Ross Lyon and the Premiership Cup finally reach 8,000 layers of inyan because we're getting there. He's
How many layers we got, you reckon?
oh, we've got at least I feel like we've got 10.
Yeah.
And across his time at Fremantle as well, he's brushed past the Premiership Cup on the street. They've looked longingly at each other. They've made eyes. But at the Saints, he's going to hit the 8,000th layer of Inyan, and they're going to be together forever. And it's going to be a beautiful story.
That would be beautiful. I like it.
I didn't cry at past lives, but I think I will cry at this one.
That's funny. All right. So, yeah, like being the super sub, I didn't have too much time to warm up, but I'm just going to go straight up with Home Alone. Right?
A classic.
So, Kevin McAllister is Brad Crouch. Okay. So the rest of the boys is like the rest of his like family. Yeah. Going to the games and just forget that they just left Brad at home. He's upstairs.
He's left in the VFL.
Yeah, that's it.
Poor old Brad.
Yeah, he's up there, and Uncle Frank. He could be like, who could Uncle Frank be? He's a bit of a dick down at the Saints. Maybe Lethers. Maybe Lethers was there.
Yeah,
because he got moved on. But not saying that I like Lethers. Let's put that out there. But Uncle Frank was a controversial character, and so I reckon Lethers is there. There has to be a little bit of accountability for Brad Crouch's contract because he only had to play one game, right? And then he gets extended for another year. So we've rushed him back.
Yeah.
So I feel like that was like, the start of the game. And that's what got Brad sent upstairs because he got hurt once. And then he's like, he's played his one game. Oh, we're just forgetting about you for the rest of the year. And on the weekends, Ross is like just watching our midfield get battered again and again. It's just been building up. Daddy Powers getting 7 touches.
Yeah.
Seb Ross can't get a game anymore. Zach Jones can't play anymore. And then Lenny, he just goes, okay, yeah, Lenny can be the mum because she was really nice. I reckon Lenny's just like, they're talking about, what can we do? And Lenny just gives that, Brad Crouch, And they're like, yes, we've got him somewhere. So now they're making their way back and it's just, for some reason, they've just left Brad Crouch up there all season and it's just a really simple thing to like just get someone to go get Brad Crouch.
Yeah.
Right? So, and then just some side characters like the Sticky Bandits or the Wet Bandits. Tom Morris can be one. Kane Corns can be another.
Oh, yeah, that was my question. I was going to be like, who's going to be like the slapstick comedy? Like,
yeah, the dogs are definitely Kane Corns and Tom Morris just trying to, stoke shit up. So, yeah, so that's a really loose application of this segment. So I'm sorry if I brought it into disrepute. I just wanted to bring Home Alone into the fold and, yeah.
I think you've done it proud. I think that was a brilliant addition to the segment. I think Guy would be very proud.
Nice. That's for you, Guy.
Well, it's time to have some fun. Do you reckon it's time to drop some LSD or?
Yeah, I think it might be time.
It's time to get rowdy.
It's LSD o'clock somewhere in the world.
They do say that. Okay, so loan sign duplicate for those who are keeping up.
Mm-hmm.
So as usual, I've got 2 editions. I've got this week's edition against Sydney, and then I have a vintage Sydney throwback.
Yeah.
So I've gone for, 3 players from Sydney. I think you guys are guessing who I'm going to say. I'm not going to say those 3. So I've got Tom Papley, I've got James Rowbottom, and I've got Nick Blakey. I've thrown a real spanner into the works here, I think.
Oh,
and here I thought you were going to go Aaron Francis. So Papley, Blakey, Rowbottom.
Yeah.
So you're loaning Papley? So you give us and we say what we would do with them 3.
That's right.
I'm signing Blakey for 5 years. Him and Sinks at halfback.
That'll be pretty good.
Yeah, I can't turn down Blakey.
The horse and the lizard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm loaning Rowbottom. Actually, no, I'm duplicating him. He can be 2 of him on the weekend.
Duplicating Rowbottom and I think we're loaning Papley.
Yeah, loan Papley and Blakey. Yeah, give us the lizard.
Yeah.
But you want 2 of the most underrated players in the league.
Yeah, but in a midfield of like Golden and Mills and, you can have the 5th best one duplicated.
Maybe that's fair.
Imagine how many goals they kick if we duplicated Papley.
It'll all be over.
That's a scary thought. Yeah.
Okay, I think we've landed on something good there. And then for the more vintage one, there's a bit of a theme here. I'm sure you guys will pick it up straight away. Going for Barry Hall, Adam Schneider, Dan Hannebury. But this is in their primes.
Okay. Oof. Definitely
I
not
love Schneider,
signing
man.
Dan Hannebury for 5 years. We played that game, bought the T-shirt.
Do you want to repeat the mistake?
No way. I'll loan Hannah's because he's good for one game at least, I reckon.
He was, yeah. He was good for 12.
That's what annoyed me about Hannebury. Every time he played, he was always best on.
Yeah, that's it. If he got on the park.
He was such a tease. He was like a good Nathan Freeman. Such a weight, and then he comes out, he just nails it. Yeah, that was worth it. Hey, remember when he was in the Dragon Ball Z fans out there when he's in the chamber, just super saying it up to get out of the bubble for our final?
That's right.
He was like training with like Gary Ablett or someone for like 10 weeks just to play one game.
That's so random.
Bazza, ooh, he's a dog.
God, imagine two of them though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You want to play against two Bazzers?
Nah.
You'd have
Matt Maguire would not like that. Yeah, give us Bazza. Give us two Bazzers. I mean, give us one 5-year Barry Hall.
5-year Barry Hall.
Give him back.
Okay.
Yeah, get him
Finish his
back.
career.
Yeah.
And then you're duplicating Schneids for them.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Poor old Schneider man.
One time he did anything, like his one good game was against us in that 05 prelim where he just sunk our battleship hard.
Yeah.
That sucked. Yeah. But yeah,
There we go. Well done, boys.
I liked
Okay.
it.
Love me some LSD.
That's a good game.
Well, speaking of good games, Sunday, don't know what time it is. We'll say it's 3 o'clock.
I think we're a 320 special.
3:20?
Maybe.
Oh, we're channel 7. Oh, no. We're on free to air.
Oh, no. Does that mean we're getting the BTJV special?
Oh, dear.
Jeez.
Yeah, what time are we? I feel like 110's a bit early. I don't mind it as a time slot, but I felt it was a bit early. I felt rushed Sunday.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, no, we're 320.
3:20, yeah. So we're the BT James Brayshaw special.
15th
Great.
versus first. As if Freya had to go and piss them off.
I, quite frankly, think there's an agenda against us. I mean, there is. Of course there is. Like there's a curse, there's an agenda. It's all that, it's not never our fault. It's always something going on.
Yeah.
It's definitely not our fault.
But
yeah.
I am sick of coming up against teams that lose or they're getting battered in the media. Like we're getting battered in the media. We're not going to do anything about it.
Yeah, that's when we're going to fire up. Like,
Yeah.
have we hulked up yet this year? Like we've had like a really bad one and then we come out and like whoop somebody.
We haven't whooped. That's what's been annoying is I haven't come home and be like, I'm going to sit down and watch the fourth quarter where we came home with a wet sail and kicked 8 goals.
Yeah.
We just have not done that this year. The only time we did that was against GWS.
Yep.
And we didn't even win that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we almost pulled it off against Brizzy.
Yeah.
Almost. But yeah, in a way, I almost prefer just kind of like not doing anything rather than what we had a lot of the time under Rats and Richo, where you just like exactly that. You would get smashed and then you would come out and win a game and you'd feel really good. And then you get smashed again. It was just like really emotionally draining.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, true.
It's easier to just kind of be numb to it all.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. But Sydney, like, imagine if we smacked them.
Oh.
I'm telling you, they're not making the grand final.
Yeah, is this where their downfall starts?
You know what? Oh, don't do this to me. I was down and out, but I think I'm perking back up.
That's it. Because I feel like we've entered a stage of a season that for Saints fans historically really hang their hat on where finals is off the menu, but we are going to spoil as many parties as we can. Just be gate crashers.
Yeah.
So I reckon I would love to just pee in Sydney's Gatorade tub.
What a great image. Whose pee is it? Who's got the big job?
Jimmy.
I reckon Maxi King. He's just going to be filthy. He's going to bag out, kick 10 goals. And go, no, you know what? Stuff you guys. I'm going to pee in here and I'm going to sign up to stay at the Saints for another 10 years.
And he's not allowed to drink any water for like the day before. So it's just like really putrid piss as well.
Like just a moldy yellow. Just
Yeah.
He's only allowed to drink Gatorades.
Yeah. The boys all think it's like, I don't know, citrus, whatever.
Gatorade.
Lemon blast.
Yeah, lemon blast.
Oh dear, look out Sydney, you're in so much trouble. But Rossi, he likes coming up against Sydney because his old mate, Johnny Longmire, kind of like, he got the job at Sydney when Ross was like, oh, I wouldn't mind that job back in the day.
Yep.
So they got this rivalry going, I think. I think that's Ross's only main rival, except for maybe Chris Scott. Actually, it was Chris. Yeah, Chris Scott. No, Chris Scott wasn't there. So, yeah, Longmire is Ross's nemesis. I think.
Is it like a... Is he like a former disciple? Like, or is it...
They were both assistant coaches to Paul Roos.
Okay, sure.
Longmire got promoted. Or, he became the guy. And I feel like Rossi was really stinging to be the next Sydney coach.
Right. Okay. I'm trying to think of like the movie segment again. Like, is there like an Anakin moment in there, but not quite?
No. Yeah. I think if anything, Longmire would be because they're probably the same age.
Yeah.
I think they played in the same era.
Okay.
So I'd like to look back and I'll do some research and I'll send it in to you guys, B3, to discuss at a later time. The beef between Ross and the horse. Longmire. I reckon there's something there.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. My boy, Mateus.
Oh, Mateus, get him in.
Oh, I'm telling you, this kid, like, I genuinely think I'm in love. Like, I know it was against Geelong's, like, number 2s, but Filippo was just...
Did you watch his highlights?
I did.
Yeah.
Is he back?
Multiple times. Oh, this is... What he did there is all I want him to do at AFL level. Yeah. He does everything. He pirouettes and he kicks goals and he's taking marks from on the wing that are just, a midfielder should just not do.
Yeah, well, that's the taste we got from him last year. And if he can bring that full time, we're golden for sure.
Because it seemed like the last couple of weeks he'd sort of not really lit it on fire down at Sandy. So it's nice to see him dominate a game because that's exactly what he needed. So kudos to the coaches because he was nearly going to be my Kevin McAllister. I just forgotten about him, but no, I reckon he can. I just want to see him out there. He's too good to not be in our team. So I think looks like the coaches have done the job by getting that confidence and a bit of exposure in the guts. And do you reckon he wants to play in the seniors? Because wasn't that he's saying he just stay in the 2s?
Just bulk out his highlights reel.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, absolutely. Just really, that's it. Because I imagine the players like him that are really confident and they've been the shit for their whole junior careers would have been ones that go back and they look like back in my day, you used to see in the local newspaper your stats. If you bagged out, you're like, oh yeah, that's nice. I reckon he's one of those guys that would just really marinate in his good work.
Yeah.
And I feel like to not have that for pretty much, for a fair chunk now, just no domination, I reckon he'd be arcing back and just watching those highlight reels that are coming out. He's like, yeah, that's me. That's me on the screen, Mum. Come have a look. And so do you reckon he wants to play in seniors?
Yes.
He's putting his hand
he's
up?
the type of kid that...
He's putting his hand up?
Yeah. He's big game.
Saying I'm ready?
Big star player.
I think it's the first time he's actually like torn a game apart.
Yeah.
Like obviously it's you get that from highlights. You're like, oh, he's doing it. Like, I think he genuinely gave Geelong a heart attack at certain points. Because like, what you would have get like 31 disposals, 2 goals, 8 tackles or something.
Yeah.
Complete performance.
One of my favorite Mateus moments is he didn't even do anything. Well, he did. My mate turns to me and goes, oh, Mateus doesn't tackle. It was at half time. He had like 1 tackle in one of his very first games. He then proceeded to end the game with like 11 tackles.
Shit, that's pretty good.
He was listening.
And that's what I mean. It's like he knows when someone's talking smack.
You can feel it in his bones.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you go down to training and you watch him and he looks like a big dog. Like, he's strutting around. His skills are great. So it's nice to,
I think we need a bit of big jam injected into the team.
We do. Because like, there's not really much jamming it up at the moment.
It's kind of,
maybe Snags, and then he goes because like he was letting rip the high fives after he like took a mark or something before he had a shot, and he's like doing the high fives. Just kick it, just kick it, bloke. But he's probably the closest we got to Big Jam.
Yeah,
we need more.
Absolutely, we need more.
I think Jimmy's a bit of a pest.
Jimmy is a pest.
Yeah,
I think he's more of like a like a dour rascal more than a fig jam type.
He is a dour rascal. He had a good game, actually. I really enjoyed his game on the weekend. Jimmy's played well. What do you think, Nathan?
Didn't really notice him, but you know what? You're more of a nuanced analysis.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's because he looks like Ari Schulmaker from the back. They got the same sort of like shoulders.
The amount of times. I'm
29 and 27 as well.
Yeah.
No. For me, it's him and Wilkie, Ari and Wilkie. The amount of times I was like, oh, well done, Wilkie, and it was Ari.
Yeah.
Or, oh, well done, Ari, and it's, our vice captain.
Maybe Ari should just fully lean into that and get the full Chris Martin buzz and just like really mess with people.
Yeah.
It's not. Maybe that's where Ross is trying to go in with the Geelong model, because he's always buddy getting excited about Chris Scott and Geelong. When he first came in, he's like, Geelong, they're the benchmark, and fair enough, they were the reigning premiers at the time. But I feel like we're going to get the Tom Stewart lookalike, so maybe that's in motion. And Wilkie's our Tom Stewart, so we're just getting players to mould around his looks.
That's a great theory. They're doing something different at St Kilda. They're innovating, and it's really nice to see.
Because we tried
getting those extra layers on, keep building up.
This is the real money ball.
We tried we'll try to recruit as many Bayside boys as we can. We tried with Fern Callahan, didn't work, so we stopped that. And now we're just going for the blonde
Yeah,
guys.
what happened with that? Yeah,
like that was like, we're going to start just recruit all these Sandy Dragons boys.
Yeah,
because this is, and then we tried with Callahan, then he signed on for 2 years, and we just never heard about him again.
Yeah, that's right. That really went to the wayside.
they were like, that's enough of that. We tried.
We just realised like it's hard enough getting anyone in the whole comp to come to us, let alone a specific group of players.
Yeah, we got like a 5 kilometre bubble. It's like we're really making it hard for ourselves.
Yeah, that's it. We need to go. Yeah, we need to go deep sea fishing, not just go down to the local pond.
You're just calling around, be like, you used to live down the East Link, and it's just the M3. Never mind.
Yeah, it's like I'm from Essendon. Oh, don't worry about it.
That's too far. It's too far.
Well, you have a nan who lives in Black Rock. Oh God, mate, come on down.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, who's Windy Tag? We tried. We didn't stick him on one person.
Errol.
So Errol on the wing.
Yeah. I don't care where Errol, wherever, because I feel like, actually Warner. I'd love to see him go.
I was about to say, but Warner would be my bet. Yeah.
I think we need to just cut our losses and send him up to the box and tag Longmire. Just really make it tough for him.
Yeah.
And hopefully that cripples the rest of the team from like the top down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could dig that. I want to see a war of words. I feel like we haven't had a coach's spat on the ground for a while.
Oh, yeah.
I reckon we're getting it on Sunday. Ross is getting a little bit grumpy, and he's probably looking at Longmire going, like, when are you guys going to be shit? I'm sick of you guys being good. And I reckon there's going to be a bit of niggling game. And I reckon, we're going to see Ross having a crack at it. I reckon there's going to be a war of words.
I hope so. And they're the blokes to do it, as you said.
Yeah.
I reckon we're going to get a cheeky cola mention from Ross in the post-game presser. He's going to be like,
oh, yes.
those bloody boys with the cola.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were saying like we should apply for cola because like the Southeast is so expensive.
I'm thinking Ross is going to come out with like, when are we getting our St Cola?
Have you seen the prices in Brayside?
Yeah, that's it. Because Ross, again, back with the presses. I feel like because he's going into heavy deflection mode.
Yeah.
Really, and he does it masterfully well.
Oh, he's a genius.
So he was just going right off the long run with the academies and all of that stuff last week. And it was great listening. So, I reckon he's really going to hone in. Again, double down, the Sydney academies. They've got like 4, really go into it. And that's going to piss off Johnny when he gets told what Ross said. He's like, oh, really? Oh, really? So it's going to be gloves off.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Popcorn, 3:20 Sunday. Pride round, is that a thing? Are we doing that still?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's all gone. I think the only thing we do now is just Maddie's match, isn't it?
Oh, that's a shame. I liked that.
It was a great concept.
The Guernseys.
Oh, it is?
We are doing it? Good.
Great.
Not that you'd hear about it, but
I reckon that's
because we're the only clubs, us in Sydney, that have done it. So cue the old, the the angry white fellas out there.
Focus on footy.
Focus on footy. Oh, if you spend so much time, buddy, practicing football rather than wearing rainbow socks, we win games.
I think you'll find that we wouldn't. So let's do something good for the community at the same time.
I know. Yeah. I like the fact that whilst we're shit, not whilst we're shit, but at least if we're shit, we can still do some good at the same time.
Definitely.
It evens up the juju ratio.
Yeah. Give us a footy club to be proud of, even if we're not performing on field.
Exactly.
The whole focus on the footy stuff, it annoys me because what do you think they're doing the other 6 days of the week?
Yeah.
They're not just going around and be like, okay, so how can we benefit the LGBT community today? They're going out there and be like, kick some goals.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Get a clearance.
Yeah.
Be inclusive, make everyone happy. So, yeah. No, I love it. It's a great initiative. And surprising that the rest of the comp perhaps not surprising, but I thought a few others would have jumped on by now.
Yeah, well, it's obviously it's such a big thing in the AFLW as well. I'm surprised that it's taken the men so long to catch up and / they still haven't caught up.
Oh,
so
definitely.
It's figure it out, guys.
Yeah, 100%. So do we get a jersey? We get a new jersey?
I'm not sure.
They would have announced it by now, I reckon. Yeah.
Because sometimes it's been just the number has the colours, or there's been a special design on the bottom of the Guernsey or socks. So it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Let's really enrage the oldies. I reckon just the red panel should just be the rainbow flag.
Yes.
That's actually a good
the white panel. One of the panels should be really because they get annoyed when we do the Indigenous girls. They're like, oh, we're the red, white, and black. We're not the red, yellow, and black. It's change the panels.
Yeah.
But one of my favourite jerseys was when the Maddies match, and it was the purple panel.
Yeah,
that's one of my favourite tops because I'm a big purple man. I love purple. But I reckon, a rainbow, like you said, that could work.
Even if they do half of the red panel stays red and then the other half of the red panel goes into the rest of the colours. So you still have a bit of Saints action. Yeah. But you still have a significant bit of the jumper representing as well. That'd be pretty sweet.
I like it.
I mean, we've ruined our season. I reckon it's time we ruined a couple other seasons. Other club seasons, do you reckon?
Let's do it. And it's starting.
It's starting now.
3:20
Sunday. Marvel Stadium.
Here comes the party poopers.
So we're ruining Sydney's. We're going to ruin Carlton's in round 24. Who else do we play? That's a bit.
I reckon Adelaide. We can end their season.
Oh, their season's already
over there.
We could really rub it
in and say, I don't know. There's not so many other teams. Who else are we playing?
We've got Geelong again as well, don't we?
Yeah, it's always good to whoop them.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, you don't want to get too carried away and go on a streak, a fruitless streak, if we're not going to be making finals and giving up all these, draft picks.
Yeah, you don't want to be in no man's land of 9th.
Nah, I want to be in poor man's land.
Yeah. All right. I want one thing that's going to happen in the game. What do you reckon?
I reckon Maxi King is going to kick a goal for every whatever his contract extension is going to be. So a goal, however many goals he kicks, that's going to be his contract extension.
It's going to be an 8, because I think the word is it's going to be the longest contract in AFL history. So it's going to be a 9-year contract.
So I reckon it'll be, because he's still contracted to 26?
27, I think.
27. Yeah. Okay. So that plus, whatever he gets in goals.
So what you say is he's going to break Fred Franning's record of 16 goals.
No. So I reckon, he's kicking 3 minimum because he's already got 27.
Yep.
So I reckon he's probably going to get 5. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know what you mean.
So I reckon he's going to kick 8 goals.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That would be awesome. I'm here for that.
That'd be nice.
On the word of contract extensions, I reckon what's going to happen is Battle's going to kick one from about 55, then run to the bench and just sign a piece of paper. That's
imagine if Battle did the jumper grab.
Oh, and he's like, I'm not leaving. You can see him mouth the words.
Oh, mate, that would be.
Could you imagine morale?
Oh, it'd be. I mean, we'd probably win every game for the rest of the year. It'd be incredible. I want to see what you're saying, him signing the contract on the bench.
Yep.
And then them holding that up as the 30 seconds to go sign, but it's just Josh Battle 10 years.
Oh, could you imagine?
It'd be awesome.
There'd be something in that, because. Yeah, we've reached a juncture where fans need something. They need something out of the box, happy shit. Like,
Yeah.
So that would do it.
This would be the week to do it. Because I don't think we're going to get much worse than what we're Saints fans at the moment are currently feeling.
Yeah.
So announcing battle might be the perfect way to kickstart the party poopers.
The party poopers. Yeah.
Featuring Mateus.
Eat potatoes. Ooh.
All right. Well, thanks, Marshy, for
No, thanks for having us,
helping it.
boys. Yeah, keep up the good shit. It's been fun listening and you're doing really well.
Cheers.
So I miss Guy. I miss Guy.
No, I mean, that's us. But he did call us a bottom 4 podcast last week.
Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
show him
Well,
bottom
he doesn't
four.
want to be. I suppose he probably doesn't want to be in no man's land in the podcast.
That's right.
He's,
He's taking-
He's taking. Oh shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Finn, I hope no more trams break down for you.
Oh my God.
For anyone, his tram broke down on the way here.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
I got
Yeah.
to like just past the casino and just stopped. And,
Oh.
and the driver was like, yeah, you guys have to just get off here. Just figure it out. It's like, all right. Well,
It's kind of like us with Sydney season. Let's get off here.
Just get off. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening, everyone. And go the Saints.
Up the Saints.
go Saints.